So today we are going to start with benzo-fused derivatives. Okay, like indole, benzofuran, and benzothiophene. So first heterocycle is indole. So indole is a bicyclic structure. Okay, it has a bicyclic structure, that is six-membered benzene fused to a five-membered nitrogen-containing pyrrole ring. So basic structure is C8H7N. Okay. So numbering starts with nitrogen 1, 2, 3. The next benzene 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is the numbering of your indole moiety. Okay. General properties and occurrence. Indole is solid at room temperature. Indole can be produced by bacteria as degradation product of amino acid tryptophan. Indole undergoes electrophilic substitution mainly at the third position. Indole is a major constituent of coal tar. Boiling point is around 253 to 254 and melting point is around 52 to 54. So these are some of the general properties and occurrence of your indole. Now the structure. So nitrogen, the second position is called as alpha. Next to your nitrogen is called as alpha. At the third position is known as beta. So your electrons from your nitrogen comes to the, so when there is a resonance, the electrons from your lone pair of electrons from your nitrogen comes to the second carbon, then the double bond goes to the third. Similarly, the rotation goes on. So these are some of the resonance. We'll be explaining later the structures, entire structures of your resonance. So this is basic resonance that occurs in your benzene. It can move towards your benzene moiety also. This delocalization takes place along the benzene also. This is the reason why the reactivity is slightly less, because of the electrophilic reaction is slow, because lesser availability of your lone pair, it gets delocalized, so it is lesser available. That's why it is less reactive compared to that of your pyrrole, thiophene, and other heteroatoms. Mono heteroatom, not bicyclic. Monocyclic, heterocyclic, it is less reactive. So this is your resonance structures of indole and its analog like thiophene and all. So let us see, this is the movement of electron. First, so all the electrons move across the benzene. First your indole moiety comes over here, it goes to the third, then the third goes to your first. So in between your next to your next. So this is how the electrons keep on revolving across the benzene as well as across the pyrrole in the fused indole. So the negative charge is always on the benzene ring and the positive charge is on the heteroatom. In this case, the positive charge is on the heteroatom because it can carry the positive charge, because it's electronegative in nature, so it can carry the positive charge, and the carbon always bears the negative charge. Okay, you see the resonating structures. This will be same for your benzothiazine furan. So this is how you see, and in all the structures, if you can see, the carbon bears a negative charge. That's why it favors electrophilic substitution reaction, and the heteroatom bears the positive charge. So now let's go for the preparation. First preparation is Lipsch synthesis. So what is Lipsch synthesis? You take an alpha amino chlorostyrene. You take a ortho amino chlorostyrene. So what is this styrene? It is a vinylic group containing a benzene with a vinylic group. It's known as styrene. Okay, CH. So one of the H in the terminal carbon H of your alkene is replaced by your chlorine. That's why it is called as orthoaminochlorostyrene. When you heat it with sodium ethoxide is a base. When you heat it, it undergoes cyclization to give you an indole. So that's the first method. You take an orthoaminochlorostyrene, you treat it with sodium ethoxide. At high temperature, it undergoes cyclization to give you your base structure, proton from a nitrogen that attacks on your chlorine containing carbon. There is a loss, a substitution reaction takes place, and you get an indole. That's the first. Now second is the most important method for the synthesis of indole. The second is the most important reaction for the synthesis of indole. That is Fischer's indole. It can be individually asked for your exam along with the reaction and mechanism. So what is indole, Fischer's indole synthesis? So in case of Fischer's indole synthesis, you prepare an aromatic heterocyclic indole from a substituted phenyl hydrazine. You get a phenyl hydrazine, you treat it with an aldehyde or a ketone under acidic condition. So under acidic condition, when an hydrazine reacts with an aldehyde and ketone in an acidic condition, it forms your substituted indole. So this is what is the starting material? It is phenyl hydrazine reacts with an aldehyde or a ketone in presence of an acid to give you an substituted aromatic heterocyclic indole moiety. Okay, so now let's go for the mechanism. What is the first step? If you see the first step, phenyl hydrazine reacts with a ketone or an aldehyde, whatever. Okay, with a ketone or an aldehyde to in an acidic medium to form phenyl hydrazone with the loss of water molecule. So the first step is formation of phenyl hydrazone. Once this phenyl hydrazone is formed, what happens? It undergoes rearrangement. It undergoes rearrangement. It undergoes rearrangement to form your enamine. Enamine. If you see, your double bond gets shifted between your two carbons and your double bond between nitrogen and carbon becomes saturated. So it forms enamine. This is your imine. Hydrazone is an imine, so it undergoes enamine. Okay, tautomerism. So it gets formation of an enamine, that is a double bond and an amine. Okay, so that is your second step, rearrangement of your hydrazone to form an enamine. So what happens in this enamine? Okay, what happens with this enamine? So the double bond attacks on your phenyl ring. Okay, the double bonds attacks on your phenyl ring. It undergoes rearrangement, formation of a new CC bond. Okay, new CC bond through 1,3,3 sigma trophic shift, forming a diamine. So what happens this? So there is a 3,3. Why? One, if there is a three bonds, there is a breakage. See 1, 2, 3. If you see the bond between hydrogen and between the nitrogen is 3. That is, and there is a breakage of a bond between your nitrogen and your carbon. Okay, forming the double bond, and there is a new bond formation between your double bond and your benzene. So this is known as sigma trophic, 3,3 sigma trophic, because there is a breakage of bond between 3 carbon. Simultaneously, there is a formation of bond. It is a concerted type of reaction. If you can see, there are 3. The double bond is broken between the 3 system, carbon system, carbon nitrogen system. So this is known as 3,3 sigma trophic. New bond is formed and the bond between nitrogen and nitrogen in your hydrazone is broken. So that is why it is known as 3,3 sigma trophic rearrangement shift. Okay, the formation of a diamine. Formation of a diamine. Diamine, I-M-I-N-E, because there is a double bond NH2. Okay, now what happens? What is the next step? The final step is rearrangement. So here it undergoes aromatization. The hydrogen comes back. It forms your aniline, NH2, and this NH2 then at once the hydrogen comes back in acidic medium. The hydrogen comes back. Okay, to your aromatization takes place. Then it attacks on your imine. Okay, so what does this happen? So you get your iminocyclitone intermediate, 5-membered iminocyclitone. This is followed by, in acidic medium, there is a loss of ammonia and you get your substituted indole. You get your substituted indole. So first step in the final step, what happens? There is an aromatization. So with the loss of proton, there is an aromatization. Then this amino group that is formed attacks on your second imine. So your imine gets converted to amine, and this amine that is formed of your aniline attacks on your imine, and it forms a 5-membered 5-membered ring. Okay, it forms a closed 5-membered ring, and there is, in the final step, there is a loss of ammonia. There is a loss of ammonia. Okay, there is a loss of ammonia and a proton to give your indole. So this is the mechanism of your Fischer's indole. First step is your hydrazone. Second step is your enamine formation. Third step is your 3,3 sigma trophic rearrangement. Then the final step is rearrangement. What happens? Aromatization. Your loss of proton leads to formation of your aromatic amine. This aromatic amine that is formed attacks on your imine moiety. That is imine, second imine. Okay, and there is a 5-membered cyclic ring is formed. And the last step is loss of your ammonia to give you your indole. So this is the mechanism of action of your Fischer indole synthesis. Now let's go for the next. Madelung's synthesis. Madelung's synthesis. What is this? So in this case, you take a orthotoluidine. So what is orthotoluidine? Amino group. It is at ortho position to your toluene. So your amino group is ortho position to your toluene. That is known as orthotoluene. Reacts with formic acid. Reacts with formic acid to form N-formyl orthotoluene, and it undergoes dehydration. It undergoes dehydration to form, on heating with sodium ethoxide or potassium tertiary butoxide, to yield indole. So what happens? This N-formyl orthotoluidine, when you treat it with sodium ethoxide or potassium tertiary butoxide, it on heating it undergoes dehydration to give you your indole. So this is the third method for this. What is the third method? You take orthotoluidine. You treat it with formic acid to form N-formyl orthotoluidine, and this undergoes dehydration in presence of your base like sodium ethoxide or potassium tertiary butoxide to give you your indole. So what is the first step? N-formyl orthotoluidine. This undergoes dehydration in presence of sodium ethoxide to give you a cyclic indole. Okay, cyclization. So do you get indole? That's the third method. Now let's go for the next. Research synthesis. So what is this research synthesis? Here also you take orthonitrotoluene. You take orthonitrotoluene. You treat it with diethyl oxalate in presence of your sodium ethoxide. So what does this happen? It forms an anhydride. Okay, it forms an beta ketoester, 2-ketoester, that is beta ketoester. Okay, so this beta ketoester, when you treat it with zinc and acetic acid, it forms reduced product, as well as it undergoes your hydrolysis. And this amino group which is formed, which will attack on your carbonyl carbon to give you indole to carboxylic acid, which undergoes decarboxylation on heating to give your indole. So what is the reaction? The reaction is orthonitrotoluene reacts with diethyl oxalate to form 2-ketoester, that is alpha ketoester, not beta keto. It forms an alpha ketoester. This undergoes reduction in and hydrolysis in presence of zinc and acetic acid to form your amino group. The nitro gets reduced to your amino, and this is unstable. So the amino group attacks on your alpha carbonyl carbon of your 2-ketoester to form indole to carboxylic acid, which undergoes decarboxylation to give your indole. So this is your research synthesis of your indole. That is your fourth method for the synthesis of your indole. Now the fifth, you take orthonitrile phenyl acetaldehyde. Okay, orthonitrophenyl acetaldehyde. Okay, CH2, that is CH2COOH. Okay, that you treat with sodium bisulfite to give you an orthoamino phenyl acetaldehyde, and that when you heat it in presence of a base, similarly to that, it will form a indole. Okay, so this, then what is it? This is nothing but an your amine reacts with your ketone, that is nucleophilic addition takes place, loss of water to give you an indole. So this is your preparation of your indole from orthonitroacetaldehyde. Okay, sodium bisulfite reduction followed by your cyclization to give you your indole from orthotoluene. Formic acid, yeah, this was taught before. Okay, that is Madelung synthesis. Now next is Baeyer-Emerling's indole synthesis. What is this Baeyer-Emerling synthesis? You take a ortho substituted nitrocinamic acid. Ortho substituted nitrocinamic. What is nitrocinamic? You know, cinamic acid is benzene which is attached to your acid by an phenyl double bond. Okay, double bond connected to an acid. Okay, so that is cinamic acid. Ortho, it undergoes reduction, then followed by cyclization. Okay, when nitro is formed, it will form cyclization to form your imida. So in basic condition in KOH and ion, it undergoes reduction followed by cyclization to give you a indole. That is Bayer's Emerling's indole synthesis. Now let's go for the reaction. Now let's go for the reaction. Indoles. Now what is weakly basic? It is weakly basic. Why? Because the lone pair of electrons is delocalized and contribute to your aromatics. If you have seen the resonance structures, the lone pair of electron is involved in your aromaticity. The lone pair of electrons is involved in your aromaticity. That's why they are weakly basic in nature. It undergoes polymerization. Okay, in strong acidic condition. It undergoes polymerization in strong, as seen in your pyro. So acidity. Why it can react? It reacts with strong base like sodium hydroxide and butyl lithium to get deprotonated at NH. So strong bases can remove the proton from your NH to form either a salt at N1 position or a covalent bond, magnesium, that is your at C3 position. So it undergoes nucleophilic substitution reaction at C3. So these are the two products that can be yielded. That shows that your indole is acidic in nature. Now let's go for your electrophilic substitution reaction. Now let's go for the electrophilic substitution reaction. It is a regioselective. What do you mean by regioselective? Selectively at that one position only it will go. So it will go at your C3 position compared to that of your C2. It is regioselective. Means it will prefer your C2 position, C3 position compared to that of your C2. Why? Whereas in case of your monocyclic, like in your pyrrole, it goes at C2. But why does this reaction go at C3 positions only, at the beta positions only? The reason is why when you react, okay, when the reaction electrophilic substitution takes place at the C3 position, the energy of activation of the intermediate is lower because it is possible to delocalize the positive charge through resonance following involving the nitrogen pair of electrons. This favorable situation is not possible in corresponding intermediate attackers. Why? At an atom delocalize disrupt the pi electrons in your benzene. So what happens when you try to react with indole? At the third position, the nitrogen is involved. There is no involvement of your benzene. The aromaticity of benzene is not lost. But whereas in case of an C2 carbon, if the reaction takes place at C2 carbon, this destroys the aromaticity of your benzene ring. And moreover, in case of your C3 addition, there are extra stabilized your your extra stability of your nitrogen. So nitrogen gets, if you see, in case of C2, the charge is C3, the charge is stabilized by your nitrogen, whereas in case of C2, the charge is not stabilized by your nitrogen atom. So this is the reason why the electrophilic substitution in case of indole takes place at C3 position, not at C2. Okay, it is a regioselective reaction. It is a regioselective reaction. Okay. So the positive charge in case of C2 destabilizes your benzene ring. That's the reason why your substitution reaction, electrophilic substitution reaction takes place at C3, not at C2. Now let's go, so this is the example. So electrophile attacks at the C3 position, the positive charge comes on nitrogen, it is more stable because nitrogen being electronegative, it can stabilize your positive charge. Okay. Whereas in this case, it is less stable because when you do, it destabilizes your aromatic ring. So that's the reason why your electrophilic substitution is favored at the third position compared to that of your second. Now let's go for some of the examples. So it reacts with the ethyl nitrate in presence of sodium ethoxide, okay, to give you a 3-nitro indole. Reacts with pyridinium sulfonate to give indole 3 sulfonic acid. It undergoes halogenation, sulfuryl chloride, okay, in presence of acetic acid, okay, to give 3 halo indole, to give 3 halo sulfuryl chloride. It is sulfuryl SO2 Cl2 sulfuryl chloride, okay, and bromine in methanol to give your 3 halo substituted indole. 3-degree of acylation with in presence of acetyl chloride and stannic chloride, it gives 3-acetyl indole. Formylation takes place in presence hydrogen cyanide and HCl. When you treat it with hydrogen cyanide and HCl, it forms 3-formyl indole. Similarly, it undergoes Wilsmeyer reaction. That indole reacts with DMF and POCN3. So reaction with DMF and POC in presence of toluene to give indole 3 carboxyaldehyde or same and 3-formyl. So this is Wilsmeyer reaction. In case of formylation, it undergoes HCl and HCl, whereas in case of Wilsmeyer reaction, it is DMF and POCN3. All the reaction takes place at the third position. Next is Reamer-Timmer reaction. In this case also it's a preparation of formyl indole, but only thing is that you take chloroform and NaOH. You take chloroform and NaOH as your reagent. Alkylation, methyl iodide in presence of your DMF, it forms 3-methyl indole. Mannich reaction, what is Mannich? When you treat indole with an aldehyde, okay, formaldehyde in presence of N-dimethyl amine, you get 3-dimethyl aminomethyl indole, okay, CS2N, CS3, that is 3-dimethyl aminomethyl indole. This is a very important intermediate for in the synthesis of many organic compounds. That is gramine. It is called as gramine, okay. Indole reacts with formaldehyde in presence of N-dimethyl amine to give you a 3-dimethyl aminomethyl indole. Okay. The next reaction is your reduction. Mild reduction with zinc and acetic acid, you get your only your indole ring gets reduced. That is 2,3-dihydro 1H indole. That is indolines. Okay. But when you treat it with palladium, nickel and platinum, it reduces the entire ring to give your fully 6-hydro indole. So entire ring gets saturated. It also undergoes diazonium coupling reaction. So at the third position to give indole 3,1H indole phenylhydrazine. Okay, the diazo compound is formed at the third position. As I said, it undergoes nucleophilic. The base, it forms, why it is acidic, you know, why? Because it forms a salt that can react with your alkyl bromide to form a substitution at the third ring. It also can react with methyl magnesium chloride to form your substitution can take place at the third position. Also, depending upon the condition, if it reacts with Grignard, it will form and the substitution takes place at third. If it reacts with base, it will form a sodium salt or potassium salt and the alkylation takes place at the end. But if you take it as a Grignard reagent, it will undergo substitution reaction at the third position. So these are some of the reactions of indole. Derivatives of indole are hydroxyindole or indoxazole. So these are the derivative. And oxyindole. Oxyindole contains a double bond carbonyl group at the second position, and indoxyl contains, or 3-hydroxyindole contains an carbonyl group at the fourth position. It undergoes tautomerism to give your 3-hydroxyindole, or 2-hydroxyindole is known as oxyindole. Dioxyindole means it contains a carbonyl group and OH at the 2 and 3 position. There are dihydroxy group, that is known as dioxyindole. Okay, these are some of the derivatives of indole. Other derivatives is statin. Other derivatives is statin. Okay, double bond O at the second and the third position. If there is a carbonyl group, it is known as statin. So these are some of the derivatives of indole. Now let's go for the next compound, that is benzofuran. So what is this benzofuran? Benzofuran, similar to pyrrole. Here your indole. So it contains a furan ring fused to your benzene. So the resonance structures will be same as that as you've seen in your indole. So the positive charge will be on the heteroatom and the negative charge will be on the carbon atom. It is obtained from your coal tar. Okay, these are the resonating structure of your benzofuran. IUPAC name 1-benzofuran, C8H6O, molecular mass weight 118, boiling point 173 degrees Celsius. It can be used as antibacterial, antiviral, anti-inflammatory, antifungal. So it has a wide variety in pharmaceutical preparation, medicinal use. Now let's go for the synthesis. So what is laboratory method? O-alkylation of your salicylaldehyde with chloroacetic acid. So what you take? You take salicylaldehyde. Okay, you treat it with chloroacetic acid. It forms an ether. This undergoes your dehydration. Okay, this when treated with acetic anhydride and sodium, it forms a benzofuran. So what is the first step? Formation of ether. This when treated with your sodium acetate and your, so what does the sodium acetate do? It generates an CH2. CH2 is an active methylene. It generates an carbon ion which attacks on your carbonyl group, and you get an carboxylic group which undergoes dehydration when you heat it, and you get your benzofuran. So when you treat it salicylic acid with chloroacetic acid, it forms an ether which undergoes dehydration when you treat with your acetic anhydride and sodium acetate to give your benzofuran. Okay, that is your laboratory method for your synthesis. Other method is what? You take 2-acetoxy acetophenone. So acetophenone and acetoxy at an 2-acyl acetoxy acetophenone. Oh, that you treat it with titanium chloride and zinc. It undergoes cyclization to give you a substituted benzofuran. That is known as McMurray's reaction. What is McMurray's reaction? You take 2-acyloxy. What is acyloxy? O C double bond O CH3. Okay, acyloxy acetophenone. Okay, that you treat with titanium chloride and zinc in presence of THF. You reflux it. It undergoes cyclization to give you your substituted benzofuran. Okay, that is your Murray's reaction. Next is Perkin's rearrangement. Perkin's rearrangement where an halogenated coumarin. Okay, this basic ring that is known as coumarin is reacted with sodium hydroxide. What happens when you treat it with sodium hydroxide? The sodium hydroxide attacks on the carbonyl carbon. There is a ring opening. Okay, and this O anion, oxygen anion, oxyanion which is on it attacks on your double bond. There is a removal of chlorine, and the last step is your 2-carboxyl benzofuran which undergoes decarboxylation when you heat it to give your benzofuran. So this is the mechanism of action of your Perkins reagent, where an halogenated coumarin reacts with your hydroxide to form an carboxylate and your O minus. Okay, ring opening that occurs. Then then an oxyanion which attacks on the double bond with the loss of your halogen to give you your corresponding to carboxylic benzofuran, which can further undergo decarboxylation to give you a benzofuran. That is your Perkins mechanism. Next is through Diels-Alder reaction of nitrovinyl furan. Nitrovinyl furan, when you treat it with your various dinophiles, okay, it undergoes Diels-Alder reaction to give you your substituted. So whatever this thing you take, it will undergoes benzofuran will undergo your Diels-Alder reaction, the product, to give you a substituted phenol. So nitrovinyl furans react with any dinophils, okay, any dinophils to give you a substituted. Other is cyclo isomerization of alkyne ortho substituted phenyl. So alkyne means what? Triple bond. Substituted phenols. When you treat it with platinum chloride in presence of toluene, it undergoes cyclization to give you a benzofuran. So these are some of the methods for preparation of your benzofuran. This is the common method. You treat it with, that is, Clason's condensation. So you take an acyl benzofuran, acetophenone, you take an phenol benzofuran, you treat it with an ester, bromoethyl ester. So this is followed by, when you treat it with sodium methoxide, it forms your cyclization ring closure reaction, followed by hydrolysis and decarboxylation to give your substituted benzofuran, Now let's go for the reaction similar to that. Now in case of your benzofuran, the reaction is slightly different than that of your indole. Why? So let us see. Benzofuran at the second position, when it attacks at the second position, the positive charge goes on the carbon, okay, on the carbon adjacent to it, okay, in case when it attacks at the third position, the positive comes on the third, and again it goes to the oxygen, okay. Whereas in case of indole, at the second position, when the nitrogen gets the positive charge later. So now let us see the reaction. So with both benzofuran and attack at C2 gives a sigma complex where the positive charge is nicely stabilized by the benzene ring. The stabilization of analog is found to be in the benzoyl carbocation. Attack at the C3 position of your sigma complex where the positive charge can be stabilized by the lone pair of electron adjacent. So that in case when there is 2, it is stabilized by the benzene, but when the addition takes place at the third position, it is stabilized by the lone pair of electrons on the adjacent heteroatom. Okay, that is your structure 3A and 3B. It gets stabilized by your lone pair of electron that you see. And because nitrogen is less electronegative than oxygen, we accept resonance structure 3B to be bigger contributor than your structure 3A. Structure 3A. So resonance, because your electronegative is less. So therefore, we accept that sigma complex produced by attack on the is more stable than in case of benzene than in case of benzofuran. The overall result to produce more stable 3 isomer in case of indole compared to your benzene, so benzofuran. So benzofuran basically because of the oxygen, okay, oxygen being more electronegative, so it will not favor this reaction. So the next reaction is the reaction will take place at the second position as compared to that. So that's the reason why your benzofuran will give you the electrophilic substitution reaction favored at the second position compared to that of your third, which is seen in case of indole. Indole basically it is third position, but whereas case of benzofuran it will go reaction at the second position. So it undergoes nitration at the second position. Okay, nitration at the second position. Basically it go at the second position. Sorry, it's at the third position your nitration will take place. Halogenation also will take place at the third version. Acetylation, there is an intermediate between 2 and 3 basically. Okay. In case of epoxide, it will undergo peroxybenzoic acid. It will under formation of your epoxides. Okay. Reduction, it will in presence of palladium carbon. It will give you 2,3 dihydro derivatives of coumarin. Okay. Coumarin. Okay. Saturation. In case of oxidation, in case of ozone, it undergoes your ozone gets introduced and your ring breaking occurs. The ring breaking occurs. Okay, it will break the ring to give your corresponding orthohydroxybenzaldehyde. Okay, so these are the products of your oxidation. So I like to stop over here. Okay, some of the reactions.